Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Johnny, here with another reaction and analysis. We're looking at something today that I haven't heard yet, and this is Marwan, Ayman, let me know. This is Marwan's cover of Heat Waves featuring Eric Holloway, one of the distinguished basso profundo voices of our day. And a lot of you requested that I react to this one, so that's what we're going to be doing. I'm familiar with both of these singers and their work, and they're both phenomenal, so I'm excited. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's find the key. Stand by. Oh, okay, we're in B major. As far as I can tell, I'll let you know if that changes, if my ears messed up. But, okay, so we're in B major. Already getting a B1 down there from Eric. Very cool. And with this section, we have a lot of, like this opening section, a lot of ooh and ah syllables, very open. So we're going for a bigger, stronger impact of an opening for the piece. I like to talk about that a lot, how the openness of the syllable that we're singing with reflects the grandeur that we're going for in the style of the piece. So a pretty big opening here. And I find the contrast of timbre between Eric and Marwan pretty interesting. I'll come in on that a little bit more as we go, though. So they're singing the same thing up there. Last night. I'm not too familiar with the lyrics there. They're singing the same thing, the same octave. Down to that B2. Not very low, more like a mid-range for the average male. But you hear Marwan with this brighter voice and Eric with this very deep, dark tone to his voice. And that's less about the range they can sing and more about just the way the voice is set. Some basses like Marwan and Tommy P have very light tones, maybe even Tim Faust, whereas bass singers like Bobby Waters or Avi Kaplan, even Geoff, have very dark sounds. So it's not about the range, it's more about the timbre and the way they sing bass. And Eric is one of those with a very, very dark voice, probably one of the darkest I've heard, and Marwan is one of the lightest I've heard in terms of like the sound of the voice. So that is a very interesting contrast that we're getting here. Like we're singing the same thing, but because Eric's voice is so much darker, it kind of gives the vibe that he's singing lower, even though he's actually not. So that's just an interesting way that the voices contrast here. But let's keep going. Actually, that's my mistake. Marwan's up here. Okay, so I'm stupid. They are an octave apart. But the point still stands that Eric's voice is so much darker than Marwan's, and that creates an interesting contrast. I don't know how he does that. That's that's fun. That's interesting. All right, let me find the chord structure. Excuse me, so that's like D sharp, C sharp, G sharp, F sharp. I'm guessing that's going to be the chord structure we're following most of the time. And I have to figure that out for myself just so I can like understand the theory behind this piece. Because lo and behold, I'm not too familiar with the original song. So this is going to take me a little second to work through. And I'm guessing that's him doing that and down there. I don't think that's just on F sharp too, but he's also doing it up here. so full range in the background, but it's very subtle in the mix. So it's not coming on too strong that he's doing it in multiple octaves, and he sounds very good in all the octaves that he is outlining this chord structure in.
Road shipper, wrinkle in the vision, heat waves, I'm swimming in the mirror.
Sometimes I forget how deep of a voice Marwan actually has because of how light it's in. A flat 1 chest voice. Dang. I was also going to comment on the background stuff that we have going on up here with the kind of like arpeggio thing going on. So do da 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 happening in different voices. Those that polyrhythm there. That sounds like triplets. It's in 16th notes, but excuse me, hair on my keyboard. So yeah, that's happening in different voices, but it's edited together to sound like almost like a guitar or maybe a keyboard doing the do da 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 happening in the background here. So that's impressive mixing. You know, Marwan is the king of mixing. Let's continue because I'm a little slow with this today, but it's very good so far. Very good low bass from Marwan.
Road shipper, wrinkle in the vision, heat waves, I'm swimming in the mirror. Road shipper, wrinkle in the vision, heat waves, I'm swimming in the. Sometimes
So get a pop again. That's an interesting point to compare what I was talking about with the difference in their voices. Look, listen to this. Excuse me.
wrinkle in the vision, heat waves, I'm swimming in the mirror. Road shipper, wrinkle in the vision.
Like that register sounds almost more natural for Eric than it does for Marwan, because Marwan does have that lighter voice and Eric has that darker voice. And by no means does Marwan sound bad in there. He sounds really good. Kind of blew me away with that. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about in terms of the contrast of timbre in their voices. And I think that's the clearest moment so far that we've heard it.
I'm swimming in the mirror. Road shimmer, wrinkle in the vision, heat waves, I'm swimming in the. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been waking me up. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I.
So there is some F#1 sub happening there in the background. I'm guessing that's from Marwan. I'm really digging these chord choices that we land on in the melody here. Let me find this.
Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves.
So so first of all, when he hits June, we have these background voices going middle of June. I've really come to appreciate the complexity of Marwan's arrangements, and that's a bit of a highlight in listening to him. Let me find what I was talking about with the chord.
Heat waves, I'm swimming in the. Sometimes all I think about is you.
You hear the dissonance we hit on you. I'm probably not gonna find exactly what that is, but the way we have that dissonance landing on you, we do it the first and the third time at the end of each line, and then 2 and 4 resolve. So it kind of like contribute to the rhyme scheme a little bit with that that use of dissonance and resolution. So it's brilliant from Marwan.
Late nights in the middle of June.
So line 2 resolves.
Heat waves been waking me up.
Line 3 clashes.
Can't make you happier now.
Line 4 resolves. So get clash resolution, class resolution at the end of each respective line there.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been waking me out. Can't make you happier now. Usually I put something on TV, so we never think about you and me. But today I.
A lot more of the arpeggio happening here. Pretty low in chest voice from Marwan there too. Eric is taking the lead here down cradle in this B1 here. And we have the arpeggios that were going on before that I was talking about. A lot more pronounced here because they're happening in more registers. Now that we are incorporating that bass. Excuse me, now that we're incorporating that bass octave. So a lot more impressive stuff going on too.
On TV, so we never think about you and me, but today.
Also, this is my failed ear. Sing, that's not B3, it's just B2. Alright, that's not B1, that's B2. Yeah, that's my bad.
I see our reflections clearly in Hollywood, laying on the screen.
You just need a better life than this. You need something I can never get.
You know how few people can go that low in chest voice? F sharp 1. So Eric takes this bass line here, dip it down into the first octave, down to F sharp 1. It's crazy.
If water all across the road, it's gone now, the night has come, but
sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been flaking me out. Can't make you happier now. You can't fight it, you can't breathe. You say something so loving, but
okay, so we're staying busy with the arrangement. That really distracted me. Let me go back and listen to this again, and I will play that through because I'm interested in what's going to happen there.
you can't breathe. You say something so loving, but now I gotta let you go.
now I gotta let
something so loving, but now I got
E1 in chest voice. Go off. I was gonna comment on the fact that we're always busy in Marwan's arrangements. They're never dull. So Eric sings this first line, and then we get Marwan's octave higher in the second line. While we still have these arpeggios going on, so there's always so much to listen to when Marwan does these arrangements.
can't breathe. You say something so loving.
Yo. F sharp 4 and full voice is very awesome.
But now I gotta let you go.
now I gotta let you go. You'll be better off with someone new.
I don't wanna
It's F sharp 4 again. Very clear belts from Marwan there up into that fourth octave.
be alone. You know it hurts me too. You look so broken when you cry. One more and then I'll say goodbye. Sometimes
Some copycat going on there.
all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been flaking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been flaking me out. Can't make you happier now. I just wonder what you're dreaming of when you sleep and smile so comfortable.
So a lot more subtlety here. So the chorus is pretty simple, pretty repetitive each time they go through it, but we have these kind of breaks throughout the repetitions of it, like this section here, where we have a lot more subtlety in the background vocals. We still have oo syllables, but they're sung very softly, and the arpeggios are kind of providing most of the stability in the background vocals. So let's listen through this.
Can't make you happier now. I just wonder what you're dreaming of when you sleep and smile so comfortable. I just wish that I could give you that look.
So I get it. The section we had here before we broke into that big chorus, that copycat section.
You look so broken when you cry. One more.
Was kind of foreshadowing this section. I don't know if that's from the original song, because like I said, I don't know the original song very well. But I like that in terms of this arrangement, how that section we had before is foreshadowing the backgrounds and the visuals that we have going for the actual bridge.
I just wonder what you're dreaming of when you sleep and smile so comfortable. I just wish that I could give you that look that's perfectly unsaid. Sometimes all I think
See one from Marwan, some harmonic. I really appreciate how these oohs are kind of swelling into like a big crescendo down to that part.
you that look that's perfectly unsaid. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Heat waves been faking me out.
Am I hearing this right?
Heat waves been faking me out.
Maybe not. B5? Almost getting a soprano high C there.
Heat waves been faking me out.
Yeah, it's B5 up there. Very cool.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier.
So we have a little bit more emotion here in this, I guess, final repetition of the chorus. A lot more background stuff going on, which is appropriate if we're hitting this big chorus one last time.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sunrose shimmer, wriggle in the vision. Heat waves, I'm spinning in the mirror.
I love that counter melody. No.
In the vision, heat waves, I'm spinning in the mirror.
There we go. And I don't even. So okay, so my keyboard only goes down to C2, so I have to give it an Ottava Bassa effect. More B1s from Eric. I really like that counter melody though. That's a lot of flavor. Especially with the two contrasting voices like I was talking about in the beginning. It adds a lot of character to this section. Another F sharp. G sharp in full voice. Maybe it's more of a mix. But still, that's really high for a belt. At the end?
Hi everyone, thank you.
Okay, let me play this through the end, just because I was talking for most of it. Okay, so very understated and very casual falling off kind of end. I like it. Very good, very pleasing to the ear. Very pleasing to the ear, with two little basses going at it together. The thing that interests me most about this is that contrast in their voices that I was talking about before, but I think Marwan uses that well. I feel like that could be very hard to mess up, and I think he does it pretty well. So yeah, very good arrangement from Marwan, very good performance from both of them. There you have it. That was one of my more requested analysis videos. So yeah, that's all for you guys. Go subscribe to Marwan, and I will see you in the next one.